Work-life balance on Afternoons with Helen Farmer.
Just when you thought there couldn't be another app to keep us in touch, one gets launched. Speaking to us now, Director of Operations and Quill Communications is Sarah Mohammed. There is a new social media platform in town called HiHo, and as a comms professional, Sarah thinks it could be the next big thing in the world of social media. Sarah, I can't take it. My screen time is already through the roof. Let's talk about this new one and why you think there could be a really interesting point of difference. So it's called HiHo, spelled HiHo. What does it offer?
All right. So if you try to combine Twitter, Reddit, and Zoom and everything that you love about all of these, you'll get HiHo. That's how I see it. I think that the reason why it's going to be the next big thing is that it's bringing back authenticity to social media, and it's bringing that social element. So in a lot of the existing platforms that we have, you have a lot of high-value production content that's being shared. You have a lot of filters and things like that. That human element of social media and the socializing aspect of social media, it hides behind vanity a little bit. Mm-hmm. And HiHo is bringing that back. It's bringing back authentic connections. It's bringing back real conversations.
So is it about being present rather than being perfect?
Absolutely. It does encourage people to just come as they are. It encourages them to engage at a very different level. And because it's short form video, so they're all, maximum 5-minute responses. When you look at every conversation and its threads, they're limited to 5 minutes, and some are limited to 2 minutes. So these shorter snippets of interaction, and because it's all video, does bring back that authenticity.
I'm still not sure I understand it. So when we think about that social side, you're talking about people posting videos. Are they having live conversations? Is it a case, let's role play. Let's say we're on HiHo. We want to talk about the best burger in Dubai, for example. Who you would start it, and then can I join in and join that conversation, or do I post a video response?
You would post a video response. So if you look at Twitter and how it works, so you will put out a tweet, and then someone can reply to your original tweet, or someone can reply to another person who replied to that tweet. So it's this endless thread that goes kind of vertically and sideways as well. And the conversations on HiHo are built with the same kind of functionality. So I can post a question saying, where's the best burger in Dubai? You can reply, and someone can reply to you saying, oh, I've been there, I love it. Or someone can reply to me and say, this is the best burger. So the conversation just gets endless. You really have the chance to deep dive into each conversation.
So let's talk who it's for. In your mind, who did the guys behind HiHo have in mind when they created it? What kind of age group, what demographic?
Well, the people that I've seen on the HiHo community now are much older than the other platforms that we have. Older millennials, some baby boomers. And I think the platform is mostly for engagement. It's entertaining engagement. And I can see it being used a lot by the entrepreneurs. I can see it used a lot by consultants, by authors. There's a lot of really successful people on there that just love to network and engage with people from all around the world.
I'm just curious, to be honest with you, about the business model, because we know that a huge amount of money is being made, obviously, through Facebook and Instagram, through advertising, and obviously Instagram now has its shop button. So there's no secret that these are money-making platforms. How's HiHo making cash?
HiHo is still pretty new, and there's nothing commercial yet on the platform, so you can't advertise on the platform, and they're still updating it. So you have the founders and the content creators on HiHo discussing feedback on the app in real time. They have a channel on HiHo called Ask HiHo, and the founders would post questions asking their community what they would like to see on the app. So right now, the app is very much in its developmental stage, and they keep adding features almost every week to respond to the feedback that they're getting. I haven't seen it used commercially, but there's a great case study, I would say, from Dubai of a lady called Alex. She runs House of Social. And she's been using it to connect with people. She's been using it to invite people from the HiHo community to her academy online. And a lot of people have been doing the same thing. You even have podcast creators who go on HiHo to get inspiration for their content, like Curiosity Daily, the podcast. They have their host there.
And how does it work? Is it an invite only? The analogy I've heard is that, Twitter is like a town square. Everyone is just yelling at each other, whereas HiHo is more of a dinner party. So when we think about who it's available for, is it like Clubhouse where you need to be invited or have some kind of referral? Or is it a case of download it and get on it?
Download it and get on it. There's no invitation. You don't need to. You can follow different channels. You can follow different people. You can converse with people you don't follow, people you do follow. It's completely inclusive.
Sarah, can you explain what it looks like? Can you paint us a picture in terms of the look, the functionality, navigation as well? I'm basically trying to figure out how complicated it is because Snapchat makes me feel elderly.
Well, the amazing thing about HiHo is when you first get on, the first thing you see is a video tutorial from their head of content. There's only swipe down and swipe sideways to see the conversations that are happening in a specific conversation thread. You would open up HiHo and you will see your feed, essentially, and your feed consists of a lot of latest conversations of people that you've been following. You will have your inbox where you see people's responses to you. You want to add a conversation. You can either add a conversation in a specific channel, or you can just do it on your own, and people who follow you will respond to that. Just imagine it like a Twitter thread. You have your original tweet and then responses to that and responses to those.
In terms of big names, Gary Vee is on it, which is a pretty major seal of approval. And it sounds like it's actually a good resource for people who want to share information, maybe educate, whether that is, I'm thinking of the likes of your, Dr. Pimple Poppers or, even legal consultants or whatever that might be. Do you see it replacing any of the existing platforms, or is it going to be a complement?
I think it will be a complement because there hasn't been a social media platform that has launched recently that was just done in silo. There's a lot of spillover. Like there's a lot of people, for example, one of the co-founders, Greg Spiridelis, I connected with him on HiHo and he started following me on Twitter, and we now are connected on 2 different platforms. And so you always have this spillover, and it's always going to be a complement. What I know, for example, they're working on now is trying to allow people to download their videos so that you can post it on other platforms.
That's exactly what I was about to ask you. In terms of shareability, so downloading so you can share and even push people that follow you on different platforms. Say you've got a massive following on Instagram, but you're new on HiHo, could you then be directing people? But also recording. You mentioned Zoom, Microsoft Teams, and that kind of bringing people together for conversations. Can you record these threads, or is it existing purely on the platform right now?
Right now, it's existing purely on the platform. So how I've seen other people share that content on other platforms is just by screen recording it. Mm-hmm. But the founders, they have made it clear that this is a feature they're working on right now.
I just don't think I've got enough time. I will have a look because I love the idea of that. I mean, I really enjoy reading Reddit. I think that's a kind of a really nice parallel. I've moved away from Twitter because I just felt like everyone was just angry at each other all the time and looking to be offended. Instagram I really enjoy as a visual platform, especially the video side. So this could well be something that would suit me. But if it makes me feel like an old person, Sarah, I'm walking away. Sarah Mohammed from Quill Communications. Really appreciate it. Always good to hear about what's happening. Sarah, have a great day ahead. Thank you.
Thank you, Helen.
This is Afternoons with Helen Farmer.